5, and this video is going to kind of recap the two different laws we've been talking about, the law of sines and the law of cosines, and then help us determine which is the best method to start with in order to find all of the missing sides and angles of a triangle. So have your video note sheet ready. And what we're going to do is I'm going to give you a little bit of notes there to fill in on the front. And then we've got 3 examples, and all I'm going to do with the examples is help you determine which law to use, and then your job is to go ahead and actually use the law and find all of the missing sides and angles. So when you bring your note sheet to class, you will have all of the missing pieces found for all 3 examples. All right. So you've got this chart. It looks pretty similar to mine here, and it starts with a triangle, and I'm going to give you 3 side lengths. So if I know the 3 side lengths of a triangle, then I'm going to be using the law of cosines. And when we use the law of cosines, we will always start with 3 sides anyways. We will always start with the longest side given. So in this case, the way I've drawn the picture, C is the longest side. So it'll be C squared equals A squared plus B squared minus 2AB cosine of C. So the first thing that we would find is the cosine of C. We'd find angle C. And from there we would proceed to find the other sides and angles, or other angles in this case. For another one, when I'm given 2 sides and an included angle, so that be, for example, if I was given A, B, and this angle, which would be angle C, and the angle is included, meaning it is between, so a side, angle, side situation, then we will also use a law of cosines. And in this case, we would use the same formula I have above here because I was given the cosine of angle C, or I'm given angle C, so I can use the cosine of angle C. So it would be the same format. Remember, depending on which angle I was given, which version of the formula I would use, but I'm using it to demonstrate this particular example. All right, and then we have the next one, when I have any two angles in any side. So if I go ahead and say this is angle B, this one's angle C, and any side on here, okay, so let's say I was given a side B, I would be using the law of sines. So anytime you have 2 angles and a side, or if you had angle, side, angle, so any 2 angles, okay, then I would be able to use the law of sines, which would be, for this case, little b over the sine of angle B equals little a over the sine of angle A. And then I would proceed to find the missing sides there. Now to find angle C, I'm just going to use 180 minus the measures of angles A and B, and that will give me angle C, and then I could set it up using the law of sines as well. And the last one is our ambiguous case, and this is when we were given 2 sides and an angle that is opposite, so it's excluded, it's not included. Okay, so in this case, if I was given 2 sides, so let's say A and B, and then I was given this angle, which is angle A, that is a non-included angle. If I had the angle up here, it would look like number 2, the example of side, angle, side. But this one is a side, and an angle that is not included. So this is when we use the jack case. So we still use the law of sines, but we have to check for that extra possibility for a triangle. All right, so let's decide then what we've got. Here I'm going to draw a triangle first. I'm going to label the angles A, B, C, and then I'm going to identify which sides and angles I was actually given. So this is A, and then across is little b. So in this case, I was given an angle A, and then the 2 sides A and B. So in this case, I would be using the law of sines, and I know that I would have to be checking for the jack case because there could be a second possibility. Okay, the second example, draw your picture. So A, B, C, and I've got a little B and a little C going on. So I've got angle C, little c, also using the law of sines. And I would be checking again for the jack case because I do not have an included angle. And the last one here. So for this one, I have A, B, C, and I'm given little, oops, that'd be little c. Erase that. So this is little c, I'm given little a and little b. So I'm given all three sides. And anytime I'm given all three sides, I'm going directly to the law of cosines. And remember that when you're using the law of cosines, you need to use the largest side first. And that will give you the largest angle. All right, so now you've got three examples, and I've gotten you started to at least decide on which method you're going to use. And you need to bring the worksheet to class tomorrow, making sure that you have everything filled in for all three triangles. So you need to have all of your angles and all of your sides. And on those jack cases, make sure that you check to see if there's a separate, another triangle, or if any triangles even exist.